Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Talk. I'm Tanis Coughlin from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Jurkofsky.
Hello, hello.
And we have an awesome guest today, Jacqueline Richards. Welcome, Jacqueline.
Yay!
So, what I love about doing this show is that I get to do the show with two of my besties. So we're having a party. That's what we're doing today. So, how have you been doing, you guys? How are you doing this week? It's a week. It's only Monday, and it's a week.
I know.
What's that about?
Yeah. Well, the energy over the weekend was wild.
It was. It was indeed. So we're just going to maybe take a look at that because we're going to go into these things anyways. But let me ask Jacqueline, because how are you doing?
It's spectacular. Okay, so I'm going to start with love the weather. This is my weather.
Yes.
Give it to me warm. Give it to me warm. Beautiful. All day long. I could take it.
We
I want to barbecue every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to push around 30. It means that we can barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're also
kayaking, apparently.
What's that?
Go out in the water, enjoy the water a little bit longer.
Yes, yes. Apparently, one of our friends was out swimming. So
I'm brave, not that brave.
Like, I don't know about all that.
I like the warm, not the cold. Water's cold. Yes. And
that's what I like.
Jen, we had a wild weekend.
We had a lovely weekend, and thank you to everybody who stopped by to see us at the Holistic Healing Fair. It was
awesome.
Wonderful. But what was really cool. So the energy was actually great throughout, but there was just a lot going on the whole day. But then my lovely neighbor, so Tanis and I get to be together, and then we've got people on either end of us. And so there's a lovely couple that was next to us, and they do phenomenal healing work as well. But Dan was like, "Hey, did you see the Schumann today?" And it was complete white out. So I know, Tanis, you're going to show us all about it, but it was like, okay, that explains a lot about the energies as they were flowing through.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fascinating. It was like people were, I think the spirit guides were in the aisle going, okay, over there, go in there, go. Because people were coming and sitting in my chair and they're like, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
So they do that often to you, for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's not unusual for the two of you, the besties sitting together. I mean, really.
It was pretty amazing, that energy. And we actually, normally we have our tables at opposite ends, but because of the way the setup was, we were kind of kitty corner to each other. And
doing our readings and stuff. Yeah.
That energy was wow. It was incredible. It felt like such a nice, bubbled, safe, energetic corner, and people came in, and there was this ability to just sit and release, and the space was held, and it was incredible to get that feedback even from people who were coming and sitting down and just being as you said, Tanis, it just feels right to be here. So what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah, and I always love the light bulb moments with people, because that's what I've been an activator a lot. So I'll go into a room and nobody's into energy healing, and I'm there and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm educating today. And so I start, talking about it, and and then all of a sudden people will start to get these light bulb moments. Those are so rewarding when you start talking about healing and you're breaking it down, and it's the vibration, and when we get stuff like this and blah blah blah. I usually say words instead of blah blah blah, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So anyway, I love being an activator, but it's fascinating to watch when that happens. And it goes in different waves at these shows. Sometimes it is all card reading. Sometimes it's all Reiki. This time people didn't know why. Yeah. Yeah. Kaylee was there. She said her friend was like, I don't know why, but I need to hug you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I do. Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, it was fun.
beautiful. I love when people ask that. I know I teach red iron yoga, so yoga with weights. And one of my students said, she walked in, looked great, ready to go. And she says, can I just give you a hug? Can I just give you a hug? I'm like, 100% all day long. Yes. and that's what everyone should consider.
Yes,
A hug is health.
it is.
Mhm.
We're all huggers, by the way. We
Yeah.
can't do it so much through the screen. It's more difficult.
Close.
I mean, we do.
We try. We're like,
We do
"Hello."
it. It's a little different than in person, I have to say. Even though,
A bit. Yeah.
even though we're really good at astral travel and all that, it's still slightly different. But when you can't, there's always astral.
Mhm.
So it's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Speaking of hugs, we should send hugs out to everybody who's with us.
We should. So we have, of course, Kaylee. Welcome. Happy Monday. Hello, hello. And we have Ocean Garnet. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And we have Nalani Hypnocity. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. And we're happy to have you all. Yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes virtual hugs have to do the trick. Agreed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look at those big whiteouts that we were talking about. They're not as white out here, but they're close. Definitely close. We're certainly not on that realm today, but let's do this. Oh, we lost Jacqueline. There we are. And then
No, I'm not unstable today. I'm not unstable today.
You're not.
she's talking about her internet. Just to be clear, she's talking internet. All right. Oh, what happened? There we go. All right.
Technology is very unstable today.
All right. So this was Saturday, I believe. Correct?
Mhm.
The 4th. Yep. So this is what we had during that whole day that we were there. It was quite impactful. Yesterday was a little bit less white, which is nice. Just it's easier on the body because when it's like this, we feel it, right? And today has been moderate, which is good. We still want to have some of this stuff. We just need it a little bit more moderate because it's easier to assimilate into the body itself. And when we look at space weather, you should look at the solar flares. Here we are. Those have been fairly mild in the last bit. We did have some last week that were in the M class, a few of them, but most of ours have been in this C class or lower there today and in the last bit. So keep in mind, we used to be all like green like this, right down in the B, and we've seen much more C and M in the last few years. So that's one of that. And then if we look at the KP index, which is also a good indicator, last week we had some that was way up here in the 7, and it was orange. So it goes green, yellow, orange, and red. And so we were in the orange for a couple of days last week. This week we have been mostly in the green. And that is your space weather forecast, energy forecast. Jen.
Wow.
That's so cool. Oh, okay.
It's like a news show.
Right? And over to you, Jen, for the
And
transit.
over to you for the transits for the week. I'm working on my broadcasting voice.
I mean, on top of everything else, today is the harvest full moon. So there's a lot of that energy coming on through. And it's coming on through for us right now. So the sun transit that we're in is the gate 48. And the gate 48, we entered into, do I still have my calendar open? I do. We entered into it on Friday. So Friday through the weekend, and we're going to be in this energy until like Wednesday, transitioning to Thursday is when we're going to switch over. So I'm going to give you both of them kind of quickly. So the gate 48, I don't have my cards to hand up this time for you guys. My apologies. They're I haven't unpacked them yet from the weekend. But it's about moving us from the shadow of inadequacy to the siddhi of wisdom through the gift of resourcefulness. And so this is the energy of natural wisdom. It is about having that awareness that comes from deep instinctual memory that brings solutions for the collective. And so when we're looking at this energy, it's really about that fear that can be in there of not being enough. And so if that energy is coming up for you right now, if you are feeling like, I'm wondering, like, am I enough? And I know that this is kind of a normal fear for people in general.
Yeah.
But the energy for it is really intense when it's in this transit. So being able to really navigate that, recognizing that when that's coming in, that I don't need to do anything to prove I'm enough. I don't need to show up in any certain way. I don't need to change anything about who I am. I am enough. And that has to be our mantra through this, right? I am enough. That's it, right? Or even that piece of I am, therefore I am enough, right? We don't need any kind of qualifier here within this energy. And the resourcefulness piece that is talking about wisdom isn't about what am I going to bring, to the world. Yes, these are solutions for the collective when we're looking at it in that kind of energetic piece, but it's about me being able to tap into that instinctual, intuitive knowing within myself. And that's what's going to bring me emotional and mental well-being. And as I do that, that is just inevitably going to spill out into the collective, right? So just noticing if we feel like we're being pulled to have to show up a certain way or do a certain thing or bring a specific energy, take that breath. Jack, how do you do it?
Oh,
As you do it great.
Beautiful. Inhale, lift the shoulders, take them back, release them down. And as you exhale, know we are appreciated.
There you go.
And we are enough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so we're going to be transitioning midweek with that energy. So from Wednesday going into Thursday, we're going to move from the 48 into the 57. And we're going to be in the 57 all the way through until the next Twillow Talk next Monday. And then we're going to transition again. So it's a great little kind of segue to get us through the week here. So gate 57 is about the intuitive, and it's about softening. So the energy here that we're looking at is moving us from the shadow of unease to the siddhi of clarity through the gift of intuition. And so we look at that, right? Here we are. We're moving from resourcefulness, which is talking about that instinctual memory, into intuition. Well, that's where intuition comes from, right? It is that deeper knowing that connects us with source. It comes from, a part within us that's much deeper than where the mind wants us to go. And so in this energy, we might find ourselves in the victim state of indecision. Either I'm really hesitant and I'm going to hold back because I really can't make up my mind, or there could be this impetuousness where we're just jumping in and we're not really thinking it through because it's just too much and I can't do it. So whatever kind of energy, right? So just notice that if it's showing up for you and take that step back, because this shadow of unease, it is a fear frequency. And one of the things that Richard talks about with this one specifically is it is a very acoustic gate. And at a frequency level, actually all of the shadows of the 64 gene keys are in this fear frequency. And so we recognize that it's a really powerful energy. And we know sound is creator energy. We talk about this on the show. We talk about how, what we say is a spell, all of those kinds of things. And so if we're in that place and we're creating more fear, we want to take a step back. And again, Jack, that breath, I love how you do that, right? Really allowing ourselves to notice the energy that's coming in, notice the fear frequency, especially when it's coming through the collective, right? Because we tap into that. We know what that's like to feel into the collective and how the collective impacts us. And so this is where, sound healing, tuning forks, listening to solfeggio music, listening to binary beats, listening to the different
balls.
yes, crystal balls, like all of the different things that we can use to bring us out of that space where we're stuck in the density, right? We want to be able to allow ourselves to break that up, and sound is absolutely beautiful for breaking that up. I know in a lot of traditions too, even just like ringing a bell, it allows for that breaking it up, banging on a drum, whatever it is, to allow yourself to break up the frequencies. And then again, if we're breaking up that frequency, what do we want to bring in? And that's where like putting on the different frequency music and stuff like that can be really powerful, because we're going to break up some of that density. We want to bring in then kind of that which we want in our experience.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Huh?
I couldn't resist.
No, it's
the bell.
There was no. Yeah, and that's going to help us too to tap into our intuition. Because remember, like when we're in that place of fear, we're caught up in our mind, and the mind is spinning, 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 and then it's going to be really hard to hear that intuitive part of us. Right? So we have to be able to break that up somehow. And so this is just saying sound is really a great way to be able to do that. And now I'm going to mute.
Puppies. Just like when we hear puppies. Okay. So we have Rachel. So welcome, Rachel. Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry you didn't get any sleep. Lots of hugs. And we have Hypnocity says, yes, I hope that the collective hurries up, right? We are stronger together. So we want them to be the collective to join us and keep us going. Disengage your shoulders from your ears when we're talking about putting our shoulders back. Absolutely. Thank you, Milani. That is my altar bell that I use for ceremony. I think you're familiar with that one there, Kaylee. That bell does that each time. And somehow she ended up on the, there we go.
Awesome.
We like to have, special guest sandwiches. That's what we do here.
Nom, nom. Wait a minute.
Not that way.
There's always a filling. There's always a filling.
Oh, golly.
Welcome.
My dinner, but one of my day brightened. Aw, thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Awesome. So, Jacqueline, why don't you tell us about you? I mean, we know about you. Why don't you tell them about you? We know all about you, Jacqueline.
Yes. Yes, you do. So sometimes you get to keep secrets. And
exactly.
then,
so that's why I'm saying you tell people what you want them to know.
Oh my goodness. What a beautiful invitation. And I, you know what, I'm not sure where to start, because there's so much between the two of us that we get to chit chat with. Maybe I'll start with, I wrote a book called Yoga for Your Personal Finances. And I wrote that book because I recognize in my industry, I was in the hotel business and then in the financial mortgage business, people do not breathe when they're talking about things that they feel guilted about or ashamed about. They choose that if it's their fault, they can't take those big, deep breaths, and they just do a lot of that. And it's interesting when I have them sit down and say, you know what, why don't you sit down, take a breath, lift your shoulders, take them back, drop them down, and then we'll have a conversation. Yoga for Your Personal Finances incorporates yoga and chakra energies, the 7 major ones. And then we talk about money yoga, because all of that energy is collective. It's the way it is. So while I wrote that book, Yoga for Personal Finances, I thought it would be a really great idea to actually teach it as a yoga instructor. I teach the 200-hour yoga certification. What's that? Call me and we'll talk. It's about being sacred with yourself. It starts with you, and then it expands. Just like Jennifer said, it expands outward, and that's what we do. Yoga allows us to breathe a little deeper. When I do and take care of my clients, I'm a mortgage agent. And when you're buying those big ticket items,
yeah, need to breathe.
And it depends on who's helping you. You could have people who are helping you and have how shall you do it? And you think, why don't you take a breath, have a seat, and I'll figure it out myself. I am a happy mom of a daughter. I'm a happy grandma of a grandson. My husband says, yeah, you hang out with me every once in a while too. And I love taking this time because the energy that you all come together with offers so much, so much. I appreciate it. And thank you. Namaste.
So I have to tell you that I took Jacqueline's program last year, yoga instructor, 200-hour. And, one thing that hit me, I'm going to be personal a little bit. I thought I couldn't do yoga, my body type and all. And Jacqueline helped me break through that. And so that is something that I am incredibly grateful to her for. And so
no
I'd
tears
say that
today.
It's close. I'm working on it. But it's so for those of you who don't think you can do yoga, you can, right? Yoga is for everyone. And
thank you.
Yeah. And so
I
just want to make sure, and Jacqueline's an amazing teacher, which is, why we have her working at the Twillow Lifestyle Academy and working on new projects and stuff too. We have lots that we're working on behind the scenes. So
we do.
Why don't we talk about some of those that are coming up? Because we have one that's coming this week, which is a lot of fun.
And it's interesting. I created this course with a very, very good friend of mine. She's no longer here with us in human spirit. And I think it was the call, you've got to do this, Jacqueline, you've got to do this. So it's called the Blooming Flowers. Oh my gosh, how did I phrase that? Blooming through the chakras. Yep. And it's amazing. So we'll talk about chakras and flowers. She ran a floral company, and she thought that the energy that I brought with my yoga and the teaching, she said, there's got to be something we could do together. And it was exactly this, Blooming Through the Chakras. It's 90 minutes of light and sound, because every chakra has a specific tone. And so we talk about that, and hopefully you'll bring lots of crayons and allow yourself to sit back, relax, and receive. Mm-hmm. It's all about receiving.
We actually have two parts for this.
Because
we have a part one.
Yeah.
And then Jacqueline did it in June. Jacqueline did this one in June.
Yeah.
And her students were like, we want another one. Do the extended. So we're extending it to level 2.
Perfect.
Much appreciated. And it's funny, when I was talking about it in level 1, I said, and there's so much more. And I said, I want to bring so much more to you. And they called me on it. And then Tanis called me on it. He said, well, where's the level 2?
When are we going to do it?
And exactly. And then I told you that I wrote this book, Yoga for Your Personal Finances. It is a book I wrote because of the course. And I wanted to teach about chakras and money. And so that's coming up as well, October 20. Oh my gosh, I think it's 22.
Where are we? Good question. Here. One moment.
I have that
Vision
somewhere.
board is the 25th. Yoga for Your Personal Finance starts the 19th.
And it goes until November. And so it's 7 sessions where we talk about, you name the money. So break it down by what does your credit score look like? What does a budget look like? What's the rule of 72? Do you even know what that means? Have you written what you want to have happen once we pass from this human form? We will talk about all of that wonderful stuff over 7 sessions.
Yep, that's a great workshop. And then she's got a vision board on the 25th.
Because everyone wants to know what those next steps could be. And so I've done it with singles, I've done it with companies, I've done it with children and their parents. And it's interesting how the kids said, Mom, this is my dream, but why don't you tell me about yours? What an opening. Wow. And so that's a really important one for me to teach.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And we're working on a few other things. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Just a few.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna reveal those yet, but we've got some other exciting stuff we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, exactly. What a big October.
Mm-hmm.
You know, while you guys are bringing Twillow Talk to everybody, I'm like, oh, we're going to teach more.
Oh, we do have something that we do need to share that we are starting on Wednesday. Do you want to talk about that? Or shall I talk about that?
I think you shall talk about that.
Okay. Jacqueline and I are doing a podcast. And so
oh my gosh.
I was like, I don't know what this is, so I don't think it's me that's supposed to talk about it. But then that's the great part in the moment because I'm like, what is I don't think I know.
It's so funny because I had done podcasts like maybe a decade or so ago, and I stopped and I watched the both of you and I thought, oh, why can't I do one too? And Tana said, well, you can.
You can.
How kind is that? So yeah. So on Wednesday we have our first podcast. So excited. We've got music and conversation. I'm so excited. It's only like 30
integration.
Minutes.
Yeah. Infinite integration. So we're integrating physical, mind, body, spirit, basically integrating them all. So the topics will surround that.
Exactly. And it's, it's not a 2-hour session, but it's enough. And it would be great to know what you think about the title of that podcast. I think it's pretty groovy, but that's just me.
Yep. Infinite integrations. So feedback would be great.
Yep.
Please. Yeah. So what are you up to, Jen? You're prepping for a bunch of stuff in the new year. I know you're busy doing that.
Yeah.
Well, new
She's
books.
just had a busy time, right? She just launched her book,
which is a bestseller.
It is.
Yeah. So the book.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Did I miss something?
Well, okay, tell me.
You look like, well, yeah, and I'm like, no, like, yeah.
It's a big yeah, because it wasn't just self-help. It went number 1 in, right?
That's right.
So yeah, what's interesting, okay, so the last 2 books that I launched both hit number 1 in all of their categories. But what is amazing is like the Lyran Legacy is actually still like in the top 10. And it went number 1 in printed book. And I was like, holy moly, like that is amazing. So I was super excited about that. And I think it's such an important read. And everybody that I have talked to who has read through it has said, it has activated this galactic memory for them in some way or another. And so it's just been beautiful feedback that I've been getting around the book. And
here's some right there. Hopefully she will be busy turning it into an audiobook with her reading it. Yes. It would be lovely.
I've had quite a few requests for that, so I will work on it. I need a sound studio. Does anybody have a sound studio I can borrow? Because I can't do it here with the doggos. I get partway through recording it and I'm just like, oh, they barked and I have to start over.
Yeah, that would not be good.
But I'd love to get it into audio.
Awesome. And you're working on some stuff for the new year as well, right?
Yeah. We've got some classes coming up for the new year.
Yeah, including.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
Including the energy modality that you're going to do. I think that would be a good one. You're just about ready. So
we're going to be doing Sechem. So if you guys are interested in that, that is the energy that was used by the goddess Sekhmet in the healing temples, and all of her, I'll say, priests and priestesses. That this is what they used to do healing in Egypt. And so this is going to be coming forth in the new year. It's basically ready. And it's so interesting too, right? We talked about like the past lives and the lives that have come through and all of that. And I remember when like the Egyptian stuff was coming through, thinking like that was going to be the forefront of like the energy that was meant to come through. And instead, what really, really came through was this Lyran lifetime. But what's beautiful about it, again, right? Lyran beings, we know that the Egyptian gods and goddesses came from the different galactic races that came down and influenced. And of all of them, the lioness goddess and her energy, of course, those are connected, right? Of course, this is the connection that's happening. And so it makes perfect sense that that's the energy that's being brought through right now.
Yeah, well, and that's why it's part of the second year of the Galactic Shaman program, is the Sekhmet's being included in that because of that, because it does have that galactic connection. So
absolutely. Absolutely. And I love to, I mean, we're talking about like the second year of the Galactic Shaman program, and I am going to be finishing the compendium. I've kind of taken a break from editing and all of that for a little bit, just because I needs it.
There's a lot of work, the book.
But the compendium is like mostly done. It really is just about kind of, going through final touches, unless they tell me that there's a whole lot more they want me to add, which I'm like, but but yeah, and so that's also another kind of key thing, because that's going to talk about practices that we can do today that will resonate with the practices that were done by the Galactics. We're looking at the songbooks. We're talking about sound, right? Sound healing, all of that. That's in there as well. And
about light language too. So that's going to be coming.
Absolutely. Well, and this is an interesting piece, and I know we're getting kind of like, sidebarred, but I remember when I was talking to Kaylee, because she was saying about the light language show that she did with you and Gerald, and I don't remember her name.
JJ.
I should remember that. I knew it as I was. I don't remember the name, and I do. So it's close. JJ. I remember JJ. We're good. Okay.
Yes, JJ.
But it was such an amazing show. But I remember when we were talking beforehand about it, and I was saying it was such a neat experience with the book coming through, because it felt like it was coming through in both ways. Like I could feel the language, and there's actually words in there that is the language, that light language of the Lyrans, but then there was like just the translation of it. And so I think it's such a neat thing to see how that is becoming more and more available, right? To be able to bring those energies through.
Well, it's certainly come through more for me lately. My light language seems to be very accessible, which it didn't feel accessible as much before. So, but I mean, your book activated me as well. And there's been a number of galactic activations, I think, that came through while I was teaching the Galactic Shaman program. So that's been fun. And so we've got another one of those going right now. We're actually going to be teaching Aqualead again, which is it heals the water in the body and in the environment. And so that is posted as well.
Galactic. And I vaguely remember the two of you talking about some galactic yoga.
Yes, we've had some downloads about galactic yoga.
Yeah.
So we will be working on that's one of the projects we were that I was
See, that was going to be a shush. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. And it's funny how
No
that
shush on this.
happened.
We're going there.
Exactly.
It's bringing the galactic. Like, we got to bring it out.
Yeah,
and
we do.
And it's interesting. It doesn't matter where it is. So we happen to be having breakfast together.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, she starts speaking in light language. I'm like, woo, woo, woo. And then the stuff, oh my gosh, yeah, that's good. Good.
This weirdo.
It was awesome. It was awesome. And I don't know, the wait staff was like, I don't know what's happening over there, but I'm just going to stand back and visualize and witness. We'll see what happens. And so it's happening. It's happening. How can it not?
Yeah, so I ended up getting these downloads, and Jack was filming it in the restaurant.
I love that.
It was quite funny. Good thing we're regulars.
It's good. Also, those ladies who come in for breakfast, yeah,
and they do all that weird stuff at the table.
Yeah. Do you know what they're saying? It was good.
Oh,
yeah. So stay tuned for galactic yoga.
Yeah.
We're working on building a bigger yoga component to the Lifestyle Academy.
Yeah.
And so those are some of the things that are going to be coming in, and a bigger team. We're talking in talks with a couple of other teachers for that. So yeah, there is just so much going on, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm getting asked to do other types of classes too, like an advanced channeling, because we're just finishing, or we're about halfway through, I guess, one of the channeling things. It's a 9-week program. And, I have it in my to-do list to write a level 2. So that's in the works somewhat. So it'll be, and the business stuff. So we are getting a team together to work on. Yeah, we're getting a team together to work on that. So the 3 of us will be doing that. In our different specialties, because we all have our specialties related to business, and that's why we've all been in business as long as we have. And Jacqueline, I think it's 25 years for you?
A little bit more. Yeah.
More? Yeah.
Yeah.
10, it's 10 for me, and
Just
Jen, you're close to 10 as well.
Yeah, I started my business in 2005, but also, like, my whole life has been with entrepreneurial parents who've run their own business and everything else. So it's been a long haul of doing the business thing.
Yeah, it's interesting, Tanis, when you say how many years, when you really think about it, what you've been exposed to, I think you could include that.
Who?
So 10 years for you? No,
yeah.
I think it's been a little longer than that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was in business. I was a manager before that. So I did a bunch of, all of that stuff. And that stuff. And I actually did have a couple of businesses when Morgan was little as well. So I did have, I had Tan Kim Creations when I was, because I know, not the best name, but it went from Tan Kim Creations to Tantalizing Treasures, because I was a painter and did toll painting and stuff. So it was Tantalizing Treasures. Anyway.
Secrets.
In my
youth.
Love
it.
I know.
20 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I used to teach toll painting and all of that stuff, and sell toll painted stuff when Morgan was little. And that was my first sort of kick at the can, I would say. The Tan Kim Creations was the first name. Same business, went into Tantalizing Treasures instead. So, yeah. Which is not far from like our product line now, which is it's Twillow Treasures. That's our store. So
yeah,
not kind of far. Where we came from. It's where we came from,
and more to come.
Yeah,
more Tantalizing Treasures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've just been going on. What we're doing. This is kind of what we do when we get together too, guys. We kind of sit here and we like, so welcome to our living rooms. We're just,
That's right.
so what do we want to do next?
Would you like some more
And it's
tea?
like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do a success codex. Let's do this reading. Let's pull out the cards and see what happens.
Yeah. Who am I today? This is really what we do in our living rooms. Actually, it's really what we do anywhere, restaurants and everything.
I know. And they keep serving
It
us more
matters
tea.
not.
They do. Yeah. Doesn't matter where we are. So
Yeah.
Good times.
anyway, lots of yummy stuff. I think, the galactic theme is definitely becoming a stronger theme for all of us. And I think that's why we're seeing those threads going through everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It's really wild to see like the amount of people too who are going, I've liked the stars, or I've always been drawn to this or that, but now I'm feeling like a deeper draw too.
Yeah.
Right. And I want to explore it more. And
Yeah, it's definitely a more of a prevalent. Well, and we got that, 3-eye atlas hanging about, which we'll see more about it, I guess, by the end of the month, this month. That'll be interesting. See what's going on there. That's a ship, but they're not saying that. I just went in and said that. I just said that. So that is my projection. Yes, I know. That is not proven. That is just a thought. We have had conversation with the Galactic Federation, Jen and I, and that is where we're getting that from. So we will see how all of this plays out.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, nothing to be like freaking out about.
Oh, not at all. That's the thing. People freak out about it, and really, if they have way more technology. If they wanted us gone, we'd be gone already.
Mm-hmm. And if they wanted to sneak up on us or hurt us, we wouldn't know they were there.
Exactly. They have cloaking. Well, in that past life of ours,
Yeah.
there were ETs that were not so nice, and that
Yeah.
they didn't know what was coming. So,
Well, I think it's brilliant that they allow you to expose that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really,
yeah,
if you didn't know, you wouldn't. And you get to expose really what we've has been around for a very long time.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's time for us to know more, to talk more about it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you see more and more stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So, with the disclosure stuff that's in the Senate in the States, that certainly brought things forward a fair bit. And, there's more than just the States talking about it like this as well. There's all sorts of European countries that are bringing it forward. So it's lots of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting. I mean, people are talking about, and I mean, like, even, like observation sites, that are interested in this are looking at it and kind of going, okay, there's some interesting stuff going on here because this is on a different kind of trajectory than they would expect. Like, it's not a typical elliptical orbit that you would think we would have around the sun. And because of that, it's kind of like, okay, is there something else going on here? It's not gravitationally bound like most of the objects are here in our solar system. Mm-hmm. And so we look at that and go, okay, like it's came in, it's going to go back out again. We'll see how that unfolds.
Yeah.
Right.
But some of the behavior's not been normal, right? The orbit thing is part of that. Hasn't there been like some different type of movement as well? That's been not just the orbit stuff, but there's been some other movement that they've observed too. That it's like
they've
differences or changes.
The hyperbolic excess velocity, like, so they're talking about like the way that the way that its trajectory is, which includes like the way that it's facing, the tail that it has, like all of those things are not what we would specifically expect to see with an object and the sun, and the way that the gravitational pull is. Like it's kind of going against that as opposed to following the rules of science around it. Sorry, the dog keeps asking me to be out of the office, but that
It's because she's talking about the things that are not regular.
I don't know. The dogs are pretty cool about most of it usually.
Yeah, they're fine. He's like, I'm gonna go talk to the guards. They'll tell me what's up. I'll be right back, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah. I know Abe Loeb is the one that sort of came out with this. He's a professor at Harvard, and he started observing these things and brought it forward. You know, he's been involved with the Alliance for Extraterrestrial Diplomatic Contact that Jen and I are both involved in, and he spoke at our conference last year. And well, actually, I think he's spoken every year. But anyway, he's an astrophysicist, so it's fascinating to see some of this stuff coming out in mainstream media.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's been in underground media for a long time, so it's fascinating. So what are your thoughts on ETs, extraterrestrials? What do you think? Let's see what people say.
I'm pretty sure everybody who I see on here with us.
I think they're all starseeds, actually, because they're here. So
exactly.
They've likely done it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking, you know, even just share an experience, share if you've got that starseed energy.
About time.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome, Shane. Thank you for joining us. Another galactic shaman in the house. Kaylee says she's taking the wait and see approach. Happy either way. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what do we want to talk about now? So, what do we want to do?
With our last 8 minutes, you mean?
Okay, maybe there's not enough time to get into something new, but what do you think, ladies?
I have to say, I don't know what's on the chat, but could we ask the listeners what they'd like to see for the next 12 minutes?
We could. Yeah. Kaylee says global wise. That's what she's waiting to see. Oh,
there you go.
One. It's confirmed to be one, though, that opens up another can of worms. If it's confirmed, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Globally.
Absolutely. I think that's a big piece, though, of what the Federation has been talking about, right? Is that we actually aren't ready yet. As much as there are those of us that are going, yes, we are. Globally speaking, the world's not ready yet.
I kind of think that that's what this is for. It's an ease in. We're going to just put this there. We're just going to have them, fly around, and they can just look at it and know that it's not what they think it is. The next step will be a little more. But right now, we're just going to let them just know it's not what they think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's like playing with your puppets. Is it here? Is it maybe? Is it now we could put those puppets away and take them out when we need to or when we want to. They could just be puppets that we're playing with at this moment. Those puppets are still there. It depends on when they're executed, when those little hands go in and they chit chat with each other. Can you imagine in light language, our little puppets with light language? I so see that.
I love you, Jacqueline.
Oh, you know
Yes.
what? It looks like a play that should be at the Great Canadian Theatre, playing puppets.
Well, isn't that what you say we are here for, Jen? We're all just actors.
Players on a stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great quote from Yogananda, right? And he talks about that. Like, we have the ability to sit and watch and observe it, or we can jump up right on that stage and take on a role and become whatever it is we want in that moment. It's really up to us and what we want to experience.
Yeah. Which masks would you like to wear? Which cloak would you like to wear?
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Or do you want to just sit back and watch the show unfold?
I said it, I didn't mean it, but apparently I did.
My Venus glasses, since we're talking galactic.
Yeah.
All about my Venusian lifetime.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's such a beautiful thing too, right? Like, we talk about these activations that are happening. And so for everybody who has the starseed energy, which is a lot of people in the world, like, we chose to come back right now in this density on purpose. Yeah. And I think that is such an important piece. So I know. But so many of us are doing that, right? They're like, why is this density so dense? This is so much. Like, and yet we chose it. And we chose it because we knew that at some point in this lifetime, we were meant to awaken to these energies, in the sense that we were meant to remember, to bring these, and I have those goosebumps all over my body, to bring these energies back into this lifetime so that we can be here for this transition.
Yeah.
We're here to help this transition happen by combining these energies. We're allowing the galactic energy, the remembrance of it, all of the things that we did in those lifetimes to come in through us while we're acclimated to the denser energy, so that we can use it to transmute and transform what is here right now.
Wow. When you did,
I'm going to say, Jen, can you repeat that, please? And she's going to be like, no.
No, you're going to have to go see it on video. But here, I just pulled this card.
It's recorded.
It's called The Great Mystery. It's the Great Mystery.
We have a great mystery card.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Okay. Like, when we're talking about that, I'm like, oh my gosh, another mystery. Card. But it's always been here. Yeah.
Life is a mystery.
It is.
Right? We create it, but it's a mystery until it becomes. Until it is. Shall we look at our home play?
This might be fun with a full moon.
Uh-oh.
Let yourself rage, howl, and wail.
Oh, well, that's appropriate for a full moon.
You know what? Absolutely. Absolutely. I saw people who had a challenge sleeping. Yep. And then wouldn't it be great to wake up and rage forward? Bring what you needed to bring. Say what you needed to say. Do what you needed to do.
I wonder if you howl at night, whether it helps you sleep. Get up, howl, and go back to bed. Maybe it would help.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
I think we should all do that. Let's do it.
I was like,
But seriously, like, you know, you're saying about waking up and letting that rage come through. It's so okay. So we've talked about emotions before, and how all of the emotions have power. They're all important, even the ones that we go, I don't really like that one. They're all important, right? And so, I think my neighbors would be.
I think my husband might be concerned about it.
Okay, go on out into the country. For all of you that are local, come on up.
We'll do it in Jen's backyard. See what her neighbors think.
Oh, that would be fun. Let bylaw know. We'll let bylaw know. It's what's happening.
Well, there's real wolves out where Jen is, so it's not as unusual.
Touche.
Yeah.
It's just like a pack. So they, just be mindful of the hunters. We should wait until hunting season's over. And
Good plan.
and then we'll do it.
Next full moon.
Yeah, but seriously, like doing this, like we talk about healthy ways of releasing versus, unhealthy ways of releasing. And I think that this is probably one of those really healthy ways of releasing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready for me to read?
Yes. Home play.
Here we go.
Here's our home play for the week.
Let yourself rage, howl, and wail. Is your sacred mother carrying your emotional pain and unexpressed sound? You have been given the gift of sound. Is that not what we were just talking about with sound energy?
You can't make this stuff up, I'm telling you.
To transform your emotional body. Use this gift, grandchild. Although you have been trained to silence your sound for the sake of peace, this is not the way that humans acquire peace. Chaos within creates chaos without. It is sacred law. Your sound is as natural and necessary as the wolf's howl. Do not believe that your silence is holy, for you have deep feelings to express. If you don't express the sound that needs to flow out of you, someone else is bound to express it for you. Your sacred mother is the holder of all things, and her load is heavy with her children's unwanted rage and grief. Share this burden with her and say yes to expressing your rage safely. Go, be with yourself. Do not make another human being the recipient of your strong emotion. Give yourself permission to wail and howl away the ancient wounds. Great freedom lives on the other side.
I love that last statement.
Important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know some of my clients, if they're really blocked, I'll have them pound a pillow if they don't know how to put it in words. It usually unlocks it a little bit so that you can start to share. So.
Yeah. But that sound piece is so amazing, right? Even being able to, as you said, like pound that pillow, but actually like through it, right? Allowing yourself
That's part of the process, yeah.
to bring that sound out. I love it in energy medicine when you do expelling the venom, right? It's about releasing, and it's about like, yes, there's action to it, right? Because you're going to build all of that tension that you're holding and everything, and then you're going to release it. But a key piece of it is the sound. It's the like that. Right? That like really deep exhale of getting it out. That's the piece that's so important. And then we don't want to do it because we're like, well, I don't want to make that sound. That feels weird for me, right?
What will people think of me?
And yeah, but it's so invigorating to be able to just let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like dancing, like no one's watching. Right? Or saying like no one's listening. These are things that we have to do in order to really express ourselves. Mm-hmm. And if we can't do it verbally, then, physically, like dancing or yoga or expression, any other expression, art, drawing, painting, express the emotion.
Yeah.
But if you can, howl at the moon. Freak out your neighbors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Night when it's a full moon.
A beautiful full moon.
It's a super full moon tonight too, so very cool.
Well, I just think about,
and then end up feeling sorry for the pillow that you just beaten up. Not necessary. You don't need to feel sorry for that. That's why the pillow is used.
And then you hug the pillow, and it's okay.
Right. Much better a pillow than anything else.
So agreed.
That's awesome. So we've kind of already done the part that I usually do at this time about telling you what we have coming up. We already did that. So final thoughts, maybe. Jen? Final thought for the day? For the week?
Yeah, I think, with everything, with the energies that are coming up now through the next week, again, what we do with, this intention with the full moon and all of that, it also does lead us forward. So this idea of howling, whether you actually go out and howl, or if you allow yourself to just say, I want to be more expressive. I don't want to hold it in anymore. I want to be able to share my truth with the world and put that intention out there. That's going to be exceptionally powerful right now.
Absolutely. Jacqueline, final thoughts?
I love that, show your emotion, and it's all about the learning too. Why not go out and learn more, be more. I love when people ask for your opinion. It's about that conversation. What can we do together? What does that bring? And so, I'm thinking about the blooming chakras. I'm like, who's ever gone to talk about chakras and flowers and sound? Express, explore. That's my E word, explore.
Explore. Awesome. And I had something and it's gone.
Oh, it'll come back. So we're going to explore.
Yeah, let's explore. It was
More.
something to do with weight. Oh, and remember, you are enough. That was what I wanted to say.
Well, that's good.
Remember, you are enough.
Perfection.
So we thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
And excited to have you here and for sharing all of your beautiful energy with us week in, week out. We appreciate you all. We love you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please, for the videos, because that keeps us going and what we're doing. And we'll see you very soon. Take care now.
Oh.